All right, everybody, welcome back. You guys sent in some really interesting stuff this week about sleep.
Yes.
And
Fascinating topic.
yeah, it is. And actually kind of a hay-scratcher.
Mm-hmm.
Why would humans in such a short period of time, like essentially just abandon, what is clearly a basic biological need?
Right.
And it's a big deal,
Mm.
right? Because we see the impacts of sleep loss everywhere. And our health, our lifespan, safety at work, productivity, our kids' education, you name it.
Yeah. I mean,
It's wild.
it really is like this drive to survive, but then we're willingly giving up something that is so essential for survival.
Exactly. Yeah, and one of the sources called it the biggest 21st century public health crisis in developed nations.
Wow.
Sleep deprivation, a crisis.
Yeah. Crisis is a strong word, but
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at all the research, like, it's hard to disagree with that statement.
Right.
I think one of the things that the source pointed out that really struck me, it was this contrast between like 3.4 million years of evolution
Whoa,
and then just 100 years of this like significant sleep decline.
that's crazy. Like from an evolutionary standpoint, that's nothing.
It's a blink of an eye, and our bodies just haven't had time to adapt.
That makes sense. It's like our biology is saying like sleep, but the modern world is like go, go, go.
Exactly.
And speaking of that go, 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 the source talked about this idea of sleep almost like being stigmatized.
Right.
Like if you need sleep, it's a sign of weakness. I'll
Yeah.
be honest. Like I've felt that pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever felt like that? Like you shouldn't need as much sleep as maybe you do?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's like this whole always-on culture,
Right.
college students pulling all-nighters, people burning the midnight oil at work, parents up all night with their kids, and it's just this idea that rest is for the weak.
For the lazy, for the unambiguous. Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's like we're fighting against our own biology.
Yeah.
And for what? Like the source talked about this this idea of reuniting with this elixir of sleep.
I love that.
Yeah. What would that actually look like for like just the average person? What kind of benefits could we see if we make sleep a priority?
Oh my gosh, the benefits are huge, like way beyond just feeling rested.
Okay.
So for example, sleep is super important for memory.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Studies have shown that when you're sleep deprived, your brain has a way harder time like encoding new information and forming memories.
Wow. So like even if you're staying up late to study or work on a project,
You could be shooting yourself in the foot.
you're actually making it harder.
Exactly. And then there's your immune system.
Okay.
When we sleep, our bodies produce these proteins called cytokines.
Cytokines?
Yeah, they help fight off infection and inflammation.
Okay.
So if you're not getting enough sleep, you're basically weakening your immune system.
So you're more likely to get sick.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like a domino effect.
It is.
You mentioned mood too earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I know I'm definitely like way more irritable when I'm tired.
Oh, yeah, me too. Sleep deprivation messes with your hormones, and that can lead to all sorts of things like irritability, anxiety, even depression.
Wow.
But when you get enough sleep, you're giving your brain and body the time to really restore and recharge.
Makes sense.
And that means better mood, clearer mind. You're better able to handle stress.
Yeah.
Think about how that could impact like all areas of your life. Better focus at work, more patience with your kids or your partner, more energy for your hobbies.
It's amazing how something as simple as sleep can have such a big impact.
I know, it's crazy, right?
So I think if we want our listeners to take away one thing from this deep dive, it's that sleep isn't a luxury, it's a necessity.
It's essential.
Absolutely. Like it's the foundation for a healthy, productive, and happy life.
Couldn't agree more. And it's not just about how much sleep you get, but the quality of sleep.
That's true.
So things like having a relaxing bedtime routine, making sure your bedroom's dark and quiet, avoiding caffeine and alcohol before bed, all that can make a big difference.
All about getting that good sleep so you can wake up feeling truly awake and alive.
Exactly.
So on that note, I want to leave you all with a question. What's one small change you can make today to start prioritizing your sleep?
I like that.
Maybe set a sleep reminder on your phone or swap that evening coffee for some herbal tea.
Mm-hmm.
Small changes, big difference.
You got it.
All right, everybody, until next time, sleep well.
Sleep well.